What's good, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy Masquerade. Welcome to Masquerade Beats and Hooks, the official YouTube. Um, Before we get started, I just want to say please subscribe to my channel when you get an opportunity. Also, um, follow me on Instagram at I am Masquerade and follow me on Twitter at I am Masquerade. When you get an opportunity and you need some awesome beats and hooks, or just beats, please check out masqueradebeats.com. And with no further ado, what I've been wanting to do is basically, I've been wanting to start a series that helps aspiring artists like you and like myself kind of get their career to another level or further or move up, whatever you want to call it. And the biggest question that an artist always has, and they always will have because they don't really know any better anyway, is the biggest question is going to be, how do I get a record deal? And the simple answer to that is to not focus on getting a record deal. Now you say, I don't understand. Why are you saying don't focus on a record deal? Isn't that what it's about? Isn't that what it's for? Well, yes and no. Having a major record deal will help you tremendously. You know, the resources that you can get from major labels are incredible, is incredible, but it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of dedication um, to, and it takes knowing the right people to get there. Because these days, especially in this day and age, record labels are really more focused on finding artists that they don't really have to develop. They don't want to do a lot of work. So you, as an aspiring artist, you have to work at getting yourself to a certain level before labels will take you seriously. So in this series, we're going to be talking about your advancement. The name of the series is called AAA, and that stands for Aspiring Artist Advancement. And in the series, we'll help each other. You know, we'll share information. I will share information that I've used over several years that has helped me get to, have certain levels of success, which has helped me enjoy my music career more than just sitting and hoping that somebody would sign me or that a major record label would discover me. As an artist, you can't wait for somebody to discover you. You need to discover yourself. And that's really funny, but at the core of that is basically make great music. I mean, the best you can. And I'm not talking about make silly demos and put anything that you make on your computer, put it out and let people hear it. I'm talking about make amazing music. And then take that amazing music and share it with fans so that you can build a great fan base. And then turn around when you have great music and you have a great fan base and monetize that fan base to the point where you're making good money, meaning you are getting paid to do shows or gigs, and your fans are showing up to those gigs and those shows to support you, and they're following you wherever you go, and they're listening to and they're singing every song that you make. And at the very ground level of that is first to discover what kind of music you want to make and make that great music. Now, I know that's easier said than done, so during this series, we're going to talk about that. We're going to figure that out. You know, I'm going to release the tips that I have and some of the knowledge that I have when it comes to recording, because I know a lot of you are going to be recording yourself. Many of you can't afford to go to a professional studio, but there are things that you can do if you have the right knowledge to make your work stand out. And that's always been important to me in my career is trying to create music that I know can compete with major studios or major recording studios. And that's what this is for. So I want you to be encouraged, because this is all stuff that you can learn. You can learn how to make great music. You can learn how to make great recordings. You can learn how to mix your music really well and make it stand out over and above what the normal average Joe Schmo is going to do. Because if you can imagine what an A&R goes through every day, they get hundreds, thousands of submissions from people every day. And if you would consider that 95% of those submissions are unprofessional and do not sound great, and then on top of that, the artists who are submitting that stuff to them have no following, have no business set up to really present themselves in the right way to make them attractive for a label to pick up. I personally feel like not that getting a major label recording deal is the ultimate goal, but when you attach yourself to those resources, the sky can be the limit, if you use them in the right way. So, you know, and a side note is there are really successful independent artists out there who don't want record deals. And so this series, Aspiring Artist Advancement, is not about getting a record deal. It's really about advancing your career to a level that you enjoy. Now, I don't have great success in my own career, but I've enjoyed the success that I have, and the journey has been fun, and that's what makes it amazing. Is I don't sit at home worrying about when I'm going to get a record deal or not, because I enjoy making my music, and I enjoy singing, and I enjoy producing, and I enjoy hearing, watching people succeed and helping people succeed and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what this series is about. So I want to encourage you to leave a comment, leave a question, give me a topic that we can cover. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about recording. I want to talk about mixing. I want to talk about mastering. I want to talk about buying instrumentals, leasing instrumentals. What's better? MP3, Wave, trackouts. What is recommended? What is great software to use? What are great mics to use? Just if you guys have questions, as of this recording, I have almost 4,000 subscribers, and that makes me very proud. So, I want to reach out to the fan base and see if any of you are listening, and see if any of you have any questions, and what kind of conversation can we get going to help you in your career advancement. So this has been the first episode of artist. This has been the first episode of Aspiring Artist Advancement, and answering the tricky question: how do I get a record deal? How do you get a record deal? And again, the real answer to that is do not focus on getting a record deal, but focus on building your career and getting to another level. And then if you do great things in your own career, then those opportunities are going to present themselves to you. And it sounds cliche, but it's very, very true. Like everything in my career that I've done, that I've set out on my own to do, just to blaze my own trail, opportunities have come to me because of that work that I put in. And you cannot put the cart before the horse. You must do the work, and then those opportunities, different opportunities will present themselves to you, and then you get to decide which opportunity or which path you want to take. All right, so listen, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for watching AAA Aspiring Artist Advancement. My name is Masquerade. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Please be sure to check out my beats at masqueradebeats.com, and also follow me Twitter, Instagram. I am Masquerade. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you soon.